I don't need any of these books.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple.
And welcome to my Sunday Book Declutter with me. Today I will be going through the Twas the Night Before Christmas and A Christmas Carol books that I have. So if you're new to my channel, just to let you know, I have a lot of books. And my husband, because I love books and I love Christmas and I love Christmas books, my husband over the years has gotten me a lot of Christmas books for Christmas. And I am trying to reduce the amount of things that I have in my house, including my books, and that includes my Christmas books. So that's why this is, I think it's going to be 5 weeks of going through Christmas books. That's because I have so many. And so, yeah, if you've got anything that you want to go through, whether it's books or Christmas books or anything else, just grab your stuff and come on, and we'll do this together. Today, PJ is in here in the spare bedroom with me, and we are going to go through all of these books. Look at all this. This is my collection. You know, I've been reducing my Christmas book collection. These are the books that are Twas the Night Before Christmas and A Christmas Carol. All of these. So some of them are those like parody type, but a lot of them are just copies of those two books. And so, as you know, I've been reducing my Christmas book collection, and I do not need to keep all of these either. This is a collection all on its own. It's a lot. And one of the reasons I wanted to see all this is to see just how many I have. I haven't counted them, so I really don't know yet. What I did was I kind of looked through them already, because when I saw how many there were, I was like, there's no way I can get through this in a reasonable amount of time for you guys. So I sort of separated them and stacked them into piles. So I think that over there is where I put the ones that are A Christmas Carol. And then over here I have the ones that are Twas the Night Before Christmas. And then I think these are the ones that had both in it, those anthology type. Well, hubby got home and I lost one of my decluttering buddies, but I gained another one. So Pumpkin and I now are going to do some decluttering of these Christmas books. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of show you some of the books and let you know why I chose to keep them or to not keep them. This is actually one that at first I thought about keeping it, just because maybe I could keep a few smaller ones around. But then I thought, I don't really need to, and so I can pass that along. Some kid may enjoy that. Same with this one. Hi, Bubby. You want to say hello? Say hi. Say hello to the people. Yeah, so the same thing with that. I think we're going to get pumpkin movies today. And this one as well. Now this one I was not going to keep. This is not one that, this is just not what I'm have in mind to keep, but it has some cute little illustrations in it, and so I think that'll be fun for somebody with a kid. And this one also has some cute pictures in it. One of the criteria for me for which ones I want to keep will be the covers and also the pictures. So that's how I was kind of choosing what to keep or not to keep. And this one is cute as well. It's got the little mousies and it has some really cute pictures in it. So I'm going to pass that one on. And this one's cute because it has pop-ups. I love pop-ups. Doesn't everybody love a little pop-up? There you go. And so that'll be cute for somebody. And this one's different too. This one's The Night Before Christmas, but it's a shadow book. And so you take your flashlight and shine it through. I don't know if you can see these. It has these picture things here. And you shine it through, and it's like shadows on the wall. And then the story is here on the, that's Pumpkin, sorry. The story is there on the pages. So you can read the story while you have the little shadow things on TV, on your wall. Do you remember, did you guys do that when you were kids, like make shadow puppets and stuff? That was always fun to do. And then this one is a book, and it has the cassette with it. I probably will never listen to it, so I'm just going to go ahead and let that go. This one is cute. I read it. It's A Creature of Stirring, and it has the Twas the Night Before Christmas on one page, and then on the next page you get the thoughts of the little kid who is actually still awake. So also a cute little book. And then this one is the story of Santa Claus, and I think it has Twas the Night Before Christmas further on in this one, which is why it's in this group of books. But again, I don't need to keep that, so all of those I decided to let them go. So hopefully they will find new homes soon and be read and enjoyed. And then I have even more Twas the Night Before Christmas. This one has 10 Christmas tales in it. And it has some illustrations and stuff, so that'll be fun for somebody. This one is a CD, and I'm probably never going to watch it, or listen to it or whatever, so I'm not going to keep it. I thought about keeping this one because it's kind of a cute thing. You know, where you get that thing where you say, you know, give me a noun, give me a verb, give me a adjective and all that, and then you fill in the blanks with it. And so that's what this is doing, and so you could make a little fun game out of it. It'd probably be fun for like a Christmas gathering or a party or something, but I decided not to do it, so it can go. And another one. These are cute illustrations. Look at these. If I can show you some of them. Aren't those adorable? I think they're just beautiful. And then another one. That looks similar to something else. Was it like that one earlier? I don't know. But another one. And sometimes the illustrations are cute, but they just don't grab me. So I don't need to keep them. And that is one of those. Same with this one. They're cute, but it's not really one that just grabs me and says, oh, you must keep this particular book. But I think this would be cute for a little kid. So, also passing that on. This one is cute. And I think I had a couple copies of this one. And it's a little golden book one. I think I had 2 copies of this. But I don't need to keep 2, right? So, I'm going to pass that one along. And Twas the Night Before Christmas with these little drawings in it. And again, it's just not one that just grabs me and says, you must keep me. And this one has this kind of drawing in it. Now, like I said, these are all the same story. So it's all just about the illustrations at this point for these type of things. And so I try to pick the ones that drew me in. And aren't these cute? But again, just not what I want to keep. If I'm narrowing it all down, that's not the one that I'm going to choose to keep. Now, this one is gorgeous. The cover on this is gorgeous, and see, I don't know if you can tell, it's got like the sparkly glittery things. So pretty. But I don't really like all the illustrations that were inside of it as much as the cover. But they are cute. And this one is one of those board books, so that would be fun for someone. This is Twas the Day Before Christmas. So this is actually probably fictional, but this is the story of when Clement Seymour was writing this story for his children. And then this one is, oh, another pop-up. Look how cute. Isn't that adorable? Just absolutely adorable. And Santa and the reindeer. But I don't need to keep that. And another one of these. This one has the CD in it. And this one has some fun stories and other fun things to do. Recipes and crafts and stuff. I don't need it, but some little kid might like that. Little family might like to do that with your kids. Texas Night Before Christmas. I think this is the one. This might be the one that had Bubba in it. I don't know. That might be a different one, but this is one of those parody type. And so you got Santa coming out with his, see, here, the wagon and all. So that's cute. And then I think I like the illustrations in this one. Santa Claus, he looks pretty cool. But I thought, well, I don't think this needs to be the one, that I keep long term. Although I really do like the illustrations in that one. And isn't this one cool? This is The Mouse Before Christmas. And so, get that kitty cat and the mouse. So it's all about from the mouse's point of view. And there's that. And here's another one of those with several types of things in it, some poems and stories and different things in it. And it has Twas the Night Before Christmas in it. And I think that this, at one point when I had kids coming to my house, I think that I would have used this, actually maybe pulled it out and read stories from it or something. But at this point in my life, I don't have little kids coming over, and I am not going to sit and read that. I just know I'm not. And then Night Before Christmas again. So you can see all these cool drawings. And this one, also very cool. And you see that's how that one looks. Has the large font and stuff. So that would be a fun book. It's kind of big, but it is a fun one. And this one is Twas, and it has the Coca-Cola Santa in it. And so all of the illustrations are kind of like along this line. So, and I think it has a little bit of other stuff at the beginning, like, about how it came about, the Santa Claus and stuff like that. And then, let's see, another one that I just looked at the illustrations, and I decided, nope, that's not going to be the one that I keep for me for long term. Now, I do like Jan Brett illustrations. These are very pretty. But, again, it just was like, okay, that's not going to be the one either. And this one has several stories in it, I think. So I flipped through it, and I'm like, nope, that's not going to be it either. And isn't that pretty? Like, some of them, they just warm your heart, right? Well, this one's another pop-up. Isn't that cute? But I don't really need to keep it. So I just flipped through it and enjoyed it. And it can go along and somebody else can enjoy it. Another one. Let's see. Like, how many versions? It's all the same story. But how many versions? How many drawings? That's really the difference in these. So, and another one here. These are like old type drawing. Looks like when I was a kid. And actually, this is what they look like when I was a kid. And maybe some of you remembered as well. When you were a kid, did you not have Twas the Night Before Christmas and with these illustrations in it? These exact ones. And so this makes me think of when I was a kid. Brings back the memories. Like, I remember these from when I was a kid. That reminds me of my mom's chair a little. So there's that one. And then this one has these illustrations in it. But nope, that's not it. And this kind of reminds me of past as well. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? He's a cool Santa. And here's the hardcover version of that same book, this little golden book one. The same one, only bigger and the hardcover bigger version. I think it's all the same illustrations in it. And then we have this one has Twas the Night Before Christmas in it, and it has a lot of other stuff in it as well. But I don't need to keep that. I'm not going to read it. And this one is a board book. So that will be good for someone who has a younger child. And another one with little mousies in it. Let's see, because that's what that looks like. And then we have whoever this is. I don't know who that is. The night before Christmas. Yeah, so, and actually I did read through this. So some of them I did read through them as I was going through it. If it was one that I, like this one, the night before Christmas, the parody ones, I read through some of those. Because I don't need to keep them. So I read them once, and that is good enough. So I don't need that. I think excuse me, I can't talk. I think I have had a couple of copies of this particular one. And this one, I'm not sure why they did the big red and green words in these, but yeah, it's all through it like that. And then this one looks like, you know, it's using old art from like when I was younger. And this is another one that has a bunch of stuff in it. But again, I'm not going to use it. And so I don't need to keep that. And another one that has several things in it. And very cute illustrations. Another Twas the Night Before Christmas. These are cool too, aren't they? But I don't need to keep that one either. See, it has a cover. And then we have over here, these two are just paper things, but they do have Twas the Night Before Christmas on them, and so I put them in the pile. And this one looks like that. Aren't those pretty? I think those are very pretty illustrations in here. I think a little kid will just be mesmerized by that. And so I'm going to pass that along. And this one has a few little stories in it. Some nice illustrations. The Little Critters Night Before Christmas. And I don't really know the Little Critters, so I don't have any like sentimental attachment to that. Another one of these Twas. It's the same book as before. And then this one's the Red Hat Society Night Before Christmas. I did read that. And it was a cute little book, but I do not need to keep it. So there you go. And this one is in an envelope type thing. And when you open it up, it's a pop-up type thing. And I think I had some of those I decluttered the other day. Some other books that had that same thing with them. This one is another, isn't that beautiful, the illustrations? But this is another one that has several things in it, and it is a board book. But the illustrations are absolutely gorgeous in these, and I think they would just delight a little child. So I want to pass this on so that somebody can just have that with their little kid and enjoy it. I just think that's so cool. And here's another one that has stories and stuff. This has A Christmas Carol in it, and you know, but a whole bunch of others too. But I don't need to keep it. And another board book with Twas the Night Before Christmas, and this one's the Winnie the Pooh board book with Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now this one has some information in it as well, and this is actually artwork that one of Clement Seymour's daughters made her husband a gift, and she wrote out the Twas the Night Before Christmas, and she made these artwork illustrations in it. Apparently that was how things, you know, they did that sort of thing back then. And so that was pretty cool to have those illustrations in here. So that's what the point of this book is, to show that. And then it also has an autographed copy of Twas the Night Before Christmas that he wrote out for somebody. So that's pretty cool. And I have two of those. And I think I have two of this one too. That might be the one that was in that thing with the tape, the cassette tape in it. I'm not sure. This looks familiar. But anyway, again, I do not need to keep that. And Twas the Night Before Christmas. Okay, so that one's cool. And then this one is another one, but it says where it's from, so I'm not going to show that. And then over here, we have some that have both Twas the Night Before Christmas and A Christmas Carol in it. And I'm not going to read that. I'm just not. And this one, I think I showed this in another video, but it also has, Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it has a little excerpt from A Christmas Carol. A lot of times they just have a little excerpt of A Christmas Carol in these kind. But again, I don't need to keep it. And so I put the ones like this in a separate pile because when I count them up, I want to be sure to note that some of them had both in them. And then, see, aren't these cool? Like there, this is an excerpt from A Christmas Carol. So they don't put the whole thing in usually because it's a longer story. But aren't these cute little pictures? But again, I don't need to keep it. And this one is also cute. So you can see some more A Christmas Carol in there. And it has 'Twas the Night Before Christmas in it as well. There's that. I think that was it. Let's see. Yes, there it is. So aren't those drawings kind of cool? And this one is also pretty cool. It comes in this box case thing. And it has it has a couple magnets that came with it. And then it has all of these informational type things in it as well, along with the story of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. But again, it's not something that I am going to do anything with. I just think it's really cool. And when I was collecting them, it was an awesome thing to have. But now, I just really don't feel the need to collect that stuff anymore. And now we get into the Dickens A Christmas Carol. And so I have several that are just like paperbacks. And this one's got a hardcover, but again, it's small like that one. And some have some illustrations, and some of them don't. Like this one has some illustrations in it. And then this one's Christmas Carol Trivia. So that's kind of cool for a collector. And this is the, I have two of these. Just the little kid-size paperback type thing. Another one, and this one's like, I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'm not going to keep that. And another one. And this one. This is what this one's kind of like. So, again, kind of cool, but I'm not going to keep any of those. And then another small type with some illustrations. And this one has a lot of drawings in it. It's kind of cool. And this one's hardcover. And another one that's this type of a thing. And I actually thought about keeping one of these. I don't think I did, though. I think I was thinking about keeping one of these because it had, I don't know, I may have, it had some really cool things. But it has not just that story, but it has other little things in it as well. And another one with the drawings in it. And this is like that other one that I had it with the, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So again, it has the little drawings. And another one, that one doesn't have drawings. This one is just a story. It's called The Bird's Christmas Carol. I actually didn't read it. And this one is The Christmas Carol. And this one is from that movie, the 3D movie, I think. We actually got to go and see, before that movie came out, they had a thing near us. We were getting ready to go on a vacation, and we stopped at this place on the way that was showing a trailer type thing, and with the 3D glasses and all that stuff. So it was before the movie even came out. We got to see that, so that was kind of cool. I have 2 copies of that. And another one. And another one. This one's like one of those graphic comics. And lots of paperback ones. This one's hardcover, but there's lots of paperback ones. But a lot of those don't have drawings. Some do. And some more of these. This one looks kind of awesome, or I don't know, something intense. Yeah, but it's got some of those. And here's Scrooge. Yeah, there you go. And let's see, A Christmas Carol. But really, at this point, I mean, it's really just going to come down to the drawings, right? And this one, oh, looky, a pop-up book again. I love a pop-up book. Yeah, so there's another one. But, again, don't need to keep it. And, can you believe this? I'm still not done. And then this is the Barbie one. So here's Barbie doing A Christmas Carol. There you go. So maybe somebody that collects Barbies. I have Barbies too. So Barbie and A Christmas Carol right there. That was right up my alley. I don't have a ton of Barbies, but I do have some. And another. And then see, I think this one's pretty cool. The color of the pages is, it's not white. It's kind of like that. I forget what the color is, but you know, it's that kind of yellowy kind of color. But this one's kind of awesome. It just makes you think of an old book. So that one actually I did think about keeping. Not that fond of the cover on that one though. And then this one, it's just those cartoon characters in A Christmas Carol. And this one, see, just some of these, just like, they're just not the kind of, that I would want to keep for, you know, a pared down collection. They're just not going to be the ones that I pick. And then this one. So hopefully, if you guys are going through books, maybe you're able to make your decisions, you know, like figure out what your criteria is. What are you wanting to use them for? Oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. Hopefully I didn't make you dizzy there. You know, is it the cover? Is it the drawings? Is it that they have other information in them? Is it sentimental? Like this one has, you know, his writing and stuff. But, you know, is it sentimental, or, you know, is there something about it? Like this one probably has a lot of informational stuff in it. It's his original manuscript. And, you know, but I don't need to keep that. And this is similar to that one over there that I just saw a little bit ago, I think. Anyway, unless I'm remembering earlier. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Pumpkin's trying to read the book too. But aren't these drawings kind of cool? I love the little black and white drawings. Excuse me, Bubby. Excuse mommy. Okay, and so we're getting there though. Almost done. We have a little bit more. And then this one, it looks like this. But again, I don't need to keep that. I think so. We'll just pass that along. I actually like the movie a lot better. I like the movie that has Alastair Sims in it most, and then I also like the one that was George C. Scott as Scrooge. I like that one as well. But for the most part, I mean, I had actually never read the book until a couple years ago, and I finally read it, and I'm like, I like the movie better. The movie is not exactly the same as the book. But anyway, then here's one of those, another one that has the book and the tape. And the pumpkin's in the way here. And then, let me pull these over here closer to me. This one has some of Charles Dickens's stories in it. And I thought about keeping this one, but I found another one that had stories in it, so I didn't keep that one. And I'm not a real big fan of the Mickey one, so I'm okay with letting that go. And here's another one with the pictures and stuff. And another one. Now this one has those wheel things that you, I don't know if I can do this with one hand here, hang on. That you turn the wheel like that. And it changes the picture. So that's, and then it also has these little, let's see if I can pull the flap up things. So that's what makes this book interesting for a kid. And then, let's see here. So if you're in the market for a 'Twas the Night Before Christmas or a Christmas Carol book, maybe you'll see one you like. And you can, like, see if you can get it online or at a flea market or something, you know. There, got that one at half price. But yeah, so there's that. And another one of these has, you know, the, like that in it. And this one is also a paperback, and it has some informational stuff in it along with the story. So I thought about keeping that one, but I didn't. And this one has cool drawing or illustrations. And we have this one. There you go. Okay, So now I'm going to go over there and show you the ones I decided to keep. This is one that I was pretty sure I was going to keep because I just really love the cover of it. It's one that I could use if I wanted to put it out for decor at Christmas time. It's probably, it's got a lot of stuff in it I probably will never look at inside. It does have the story, but it's got a few other little things that you can, in here as well. But the honest thing is, it's the cover. I really love the cover on that one. And then this one, I kept this particular one. It's pretty thick, but it's one that has like a lot of different stories in it, an anthology type. It does have a CD, but it has A Christmas Carol, Night Before Christmas, and The Gift of the Magi. 3 of the stories that I really love at Christmas time, plus all of these other things. Look at that. All of these are just awesome. So out of all of the anthology ones, which I think this right here, well, I think I've gotten it all mixed up. But anyway, out of all of the anthology ones, this is the only one that I chose to keep. So that will be that. And then these are the ones that are A Christmas Carol. So you can see this one has some pictures in it and stuff. And then it says his Christmas book. So that's the reason I kept this one, actually, because it has more than just A Christmas Carol in it. And so that's why that one. And then this one is one that I don't think I'm going to keep this long term. I think I'm just going to read it and then pass it along. And this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one or not, but I wanted to read it. A Redneck Christmas Carol. I thought that'd be funny, so I didn't have time to read that one yet. So I'm going to read that one and then probably pass it along. And here is a paperback version with illustrations in it. And I did have one over there in the pile that I am decluttering. It's exactly the same one, so I'm just keeping one of those. And then this is a Dickens anthology, so this is just several of his stories in here as well. And I like the illustrations in that. And I did keep this, Mickey, A Christmas Carol, because it is a coloring book. And it's got Orville Redenbacher. It came from an Orville Redenbacher thingy. But it's a coloring book, and I thought that was pretty cool. So that's why I kept that one. And then this one, you can see this one has some informational stuff to the side. And so I thought that would be kind of interesting, at least to read it and enjoy it. Now, this one I kind of debated on because, I don't know, I really like the cover of this. And I just really like these little things here, like, I don't know if I can get it to do it here. See, Jacob Marley comes popping out of there. And so it, it has some little pop-ups and some different things in it. And I think it's the only pop-up one that I kept. And I just think that the cover on that is just so fun. And so I kept it. And I had another one of these over in the pile that I let go. But this one I kept because I like these drawings to the side of the story. So that's why I kept that one. Now I may pare this down even further, but this is what I've narrowed it down to so far. And so here's another one that you get the story and then you get a few illustrations in it as well. So those are all of the Christmas Carol ones that I'm keeping. And then the Twas the Night Before Christmas ones, I've decided to keep these 3 ones that are the little golden book. Because this is a cover that I'm very familiar with. And these little illustrations, I'm very familiar with these. And then this one reminds me of when I was a kid. This is the cover that I remember. And these illustrations on it, they're like they're the ones from that one earlier that I showed you. And then this one,
This one I think is from the 1940s, it says. And I don't really remember that cover from when I was younger, but it's the same illustrations, but even fancier. So you get that right there on them. And I do kind of remember that fancier stuff. So this may be more what I'm remembering, but I don't remember that cover. I remember that cover from when I was a kid. And then here's that one, a visit from St. Nicholas, that had his daughter's drawings and then his writing. And then this one is annotated, so it's got informational stuff, not just the story. So I thought that was kind of cool. And see, that's kind of neat. So it's got different things in it. Oh, and the other thing about this one, yeah, I forgot about that. This has some of those parodies, I think, in it as well. So you have the night after Christmas. So there's a bunch of those. So I think it's also a collection of that kind of stuff. Other types of writings about Santa and all that, the night before Christmas. And then this is very much like that other one that had the sparkly glitter on it, except this one doesn't have the sparkly glitter. It's got these things here. I don't know if you can see how that's doing things. This stuff in here, it kind of, see how that kind of streaks across there. That's this, yeah. So, and then the candle, I don't know if you can see how the flame is going in the candle. I'm not sure how the camera is going to pick up on that, but that's why I kept this one. I really like the cover on it, and it seemed like it was in better shape, and so that's why I kept this one as opposed to the one with the glittery stuff. And plus I didn't need the glittery stuff. And this is the Night Before Christmas coloring book, which is also awesome. So I kept that. And Night Before Christmas. And it has these pictures in it, which are kind of cool. But I think I just really liked the cover on that one. And this is that same one with but a bit bigger, just like that little golden book one. And here I had one of these already, this one as well, that I am letting go of. So I just kept one of these that is this type of small book. And then this one's a paperback, but look at these cool illustrations in here. Kind of different. Anyway, so I kept that one because I thought that was kind of cool. And I love the drawings on this one as well. It's really, at this point, like I said, it's just the drawings on some of them that made me want to keep them. And so that's how I made those choices. And I think this is Mary Englebright. So I do love Mary Englebright and her artwork. So I thought, well, that would be a good one for me to choose to keep for my collection. So let me straighten all this stuff up and then give you an idea of what's staying and what's going, because this is a mess. So let me put them into stacks and do a little count and see how many I have of the Twas and how many I have of the Scrooge and how many I'm keeping. I was going through this, just starting to stack these things, and I was picking them up going, you know what, I don't really need that. And that's pretty, but I don't really need to keep that. And I love the art in this one. Isn't this cool? But again, I don't really need to keep that. And I'm going to keep the little golden book one, I think. So I don't need to keep that. And I don't need to keep that. And this was the first one I picked up, and I'm like, I don't really need to keep that. So I got that far, and out of this little part here, I kept the coloring book, and I kept the one that had these black and white drawings in it. I kept the Mary Englebright one. And then I thought, you know what? I don't know what the rest of it's going to be, but I took out over half of what I had kept already. So, this one, honestly, I don't think I even need to keep this. So it can go. I do want to keep these little golden book ones. I think I could put those out and let them be even like a little decoration. This one, I just want to read it. So I'm not going to keep it long term. Same with this one. These two, I really just want to read. And I think the same may be true of this one. So I'm going to put this on my shelf of books to read. But again, I don't think I'm going to keep that long term. And this one, you know, I'm sorry I'm making you all look at it again. I really think I just probably need to pick one of these. It's either going to be that one, or is this the one? Or this one. One of these two I'm going to keep. I don't know which one yet, but I'm going to have to make a decision on that at some point. Right now I'll keep them both, but I do want to make a decision. And this one, I do like the cover on it. So I think I will keep that one just for now. So that'll go in that pile. But this is one of those that I just really don't think I really need to keep it. So I'm going to put that with that. I'll keep that one because it's a coloring book one. I'm going to keep that one. And this one, I think I will put into this pile of just to read it because it has other Dickens things in it. So I want to read those, and then I'm not going to keep I'm not going to keep it after that. And this one I like because it has these cool little illustrations. So I'm going to keep that one. And then this was the anthology I kept that had the 3 stories that I like. And then this one is the Twas the Night Before Christmas that I wanted to keep for the cover. So now that's what I'm keeping. And then I have these few that I'm going to read and then pass along. But I took all of this out of the pile of the ones that I was going to keep. So now I'm going to try to put all of the rest of this into stacks and see if I can get some sort of a count on them. But yeah, just going back through to put them into a stack ended up with me saying, you know what? I really don't need to keep all of these after all. I sorted the books out and put them into stacks of 10. So now I can hopefully show you just how many I have of each of these. So these are the ones that are Twas the Night Before Christmas, and also the parodies and that sort of thing. I have, was it 74 copies? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 70. There's 4 in there. So 74 copies of Twas the Night Before Christmas that I'm letting go of. And then over here I have the ones that are A Christmas Carol. So I have 51 copies of that I am letting go of. So I had no idea I had that many. Let me know if you guys had guessed anywhere close to those numbers. But then I also have this stack. I think there's 5 here that, yeah, there's 5 there that have both of them in it. And I'm also letting those go. And then these 4 are the Christmas Carol ones. They may be like a knockoff, or they may have other things in it. But these are the ones that I'm keeping just for the moment, and I am going to pass those along once I've read them. And then this is the one that had both of those plus Gift of the Magi in it. So this is the anthology one that I am keeping. And then I have 7 copies of Twas the Night Before Christmas that I'm keeping, and 5 copies of A Christmas Carol that I am keeping. So yeah, I don't know. We can do the math on that. But it depends on how you want to count it, because, you know, you'd be double counting if you count it this way. But let's just say we have 51 copies that are leaving of A Christmas Carol, and 84 copies, or no, 74 copies of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas that are leaving, plus 5 anthologies. That is a total of 130 books, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and A Christmas Carol, that I am letting go of. And this is what I'm keeping. It's 17 books. I forgot about my donate bin. It has a bunch of Night Before Christmas in it. Let's see. The elf is not going to go. But let's see what we've got in here. These I'll have to add to the count of my night before Christmas. Okay, so I'm not going to keep these little ones. So let's see if there's any I am going to keep. Now, somebody had a good idea, and actually I thought about this too. And I kind of went back and forth about it. It was like, okay, I could save these little ones and use them for trick or treat next year. But, you know, do I really want to hang on to them? And I probably wouldn't have enough for every kid. So, you know, that is an option. But I don't know. I kind of don't know if I want to keep hanging on to them for that reason. So at this point, I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to go ahead and let them go. There is a lady who is, I don't know her, but she's a neighbor. She's on the Buy Nothing group on Facebook, and she does give out books at Halloween. I found that out recently. So I know that she is interested in getting some books to replenish what she gave out this year. So I may just see if she wants this whole bunch here. So anyway, let's count them up. Let's see what we've got. And honestly, this is like a day or two later, and I don't remember what the count was for Night Before Christmas. I think it was 71, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what we've got that we're going to be adding onto that. So I had these two that were Christmas carols, so we'll add that to the Christmas carol ones. And there are 15 here to add to the Twas the Night Before Christmas. So there's these that are like, I don't know, there's firefighter and teachers, cowgirls, like that. And then there were these 3 that are little board books, very similar. And this one's a little ornament. And this one is a little paper type thing. And then this one is another little chubby book, board book thing. And this one has little pop-up window looking pages on it. So that's kind of cool. And then this one has some other things in it besides Twas the Night Before Christmas. And so does this one. And so does this one. So we will just add 15 to the total of the Twas the Night Before Christmas, and I will add 2 to the A Christmas Carol one. And I found another one. This one is not just the story of Night Before Christmas, though. This one is one of those things like a Where's Waldo type book. So it's got a little thing up here. It's not really Twas the Night Before Christmas, but it's got a little thing, and then tells you to look for all of these little characters in each of these drawings here. So that is what this one is, and this one is also going to be gifted away. This is what is left of my Christmas book collection. Yeah, it all fits into this one bin. I decided I didn't want to leave it on a shelf collecting dust all year, so I'm going to keep it over here in the area where I have my other Christmas items. But I didn't even plan for it all to fit into one bin. I didn't have any restrictions or requirements on myself. It's just whatever I wanted to keep, that's what I was going to keep. It just happens that it all fits into this one bin. Be sure you say hello down in the comments and let me know if you did any decluttering along with me. I always love to hear from you guys. I am going to put the Book Declutter With Me series on hold until after the first of the year, because I think, you know, this time of year, let's just enjoy ourselves. We've gone through our Christmas books. If we find some more, we can go through those. But for now, let's just enjoy the holidays, and we'll get started with another type of books in January. Christmas books stored in my bins. Christmas books on shelves. Stories of our Savior's birth, of Santa and his elves. Some I've read, and some I might, but most I never will. I know it's time to let them go to someone else, but still. Decluttering my books is hard, and Christmas books are harder. I'd rather keep them, every one, but letting go is smarter. I don't have time to read them all, plus they take up lots of spaces. And oh, the smiles these Christmas books could bring to children's faces. And so, with every book I give, I'll give a little part of me. And according to the ones I've read, That's how giving ought to be.
What you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah? Are you going to declutter some stuff? Yeah.
Bye-bye.